Hello, for the 25th week of the year, using the Gospel and the verse reading. The Gospel, Luke 16, 1 to 13, and the verse reading, Amos the prophet, chapter 8, 4 to 7. You know, there are a ton of ways that people can cheat. And cheating goes way back, at the time of and before Christ. It goes even farther back before the Jews and Abraham. Amos the prophet, 8th century BC. There just are many, many ways that people cheat. In today's gospel, there's the evil steward, the cheating steward, cooking the books. He's going to be fired, so he takes care of himself, and he cooks the books with all the debtors to his boss. One owed a lot of oil, 100. He said, well, I'll change it to 50. Other owed some wheat, 100, and I'll make the books say 80. So that when I get out of here, when he fires me, you'll take care of me. Well, I find the Amos so interesting because of the measurements that the people used at the time of the prophet. For example, it says, diminish the ephah, E-P-H-A. Ephah? What's an ephah? Well, an ephah is a dry measurement equal, well, if it helps you out, to 1/10 of a homer. Okay, what's a homer? Well, a homer is equivalent of about a half a bushel basket. Now, I hope you know what a bushel basket is. And so they would be selling a full bushel basket price-wise and give a half, maybe something at the bottom of it. I don't know. But it is a dry measure. Well, the next one, add to the shekel. Well, the shekel is two things. It changed. The shekel at first was a weight measurement or a weight unit, and then it later became a coin in the Middle East. And as far as this add to the shekel, well, a shekel with a weight was 11.5 grams. To keep it crazy, about 1/1000th of a pound. I mean, of a kilo, which is 2.2 pounds a kilo. Well, I just find that interesting. Well, buying off the lowly and so forth, that's sort of self-explanatory. Cheating. Going back in the history of this kid, I remember as a kid, we lived at the top of the street on Custis Avenue in Fort Thomas. And down to the bottom by the St. Therese Church was across the street was a grocery store. It was called Messmer's Grocery Store. And in that grocery store, there was an old man, Mr. Messmer, that we called Pop Messmer. And he was a grumpy old man who didn't like kids like me. And I remember going in there a few times when I didn't like it when he was behind the counter, but he was often. And we would order our candy bars or a pound of coffee or butter or bologna or pickle loaf. And I remember going in there with a friend of mine, same age. He became a doctor, Paul Crary. And I ordered a pound of pickle loaf. And Paul Crary looked at Pop's Messmer, and he was slicing on the machine. And then he would take it over to the scale, put it on the scale. And when he weighed the scale, he would take his glasses like this, with his big pock nose here, and he'd take his thumb like this, and he would put it down on the scale, so it would weigh a little bit heavier than the pound of pickle loaf. Paul Crary saw this, and Pop Messmer, Mr. Messmer, was named forever among us kids, and even in our family, I think, as Thumbs. Well, I'm not sure he cheated or not. I'm not sure that Paul Crary didn't see that as something that really wasn't there. But look, for age upon age, there are many ways of cheating. In modern day in cheating, you have to be worried about someone stealing your identity, not just your credit card. Beware of phone calls. I get one all the time. Are you in debt of $10,000 or more and 10% interest on it or more? We can help you. Look out. When I was at Christ the King once, I got a call from somebody out of town, and he wanted $100. And he was good, and I was stupid. And I just somehow found out that this might not be right. And in that case, I almost went down to wire this person $100. But later I found out that this person was right down the street at Kroger's on the phone calling me at Christ the King Rectory. Look out. Once I was at Pax Christi. Somebody came in, a talker, a heartthrob story, needed rent money, and I was going to give him $200. I did give him $200. So I was in cahoots with Melissa, the secretary there, and I was responsible for this one. We gave him $200 for rent. And then shortly thereafter found out that this person was going through all the different 5 parishes in Lexington asking for $200 for rent. How many trips have you won to Bermuda or the islands? How many scams? I mean, people are clever, really clever. And probably one of the most things is what the heck's going on in many incidences with computers. Computer seems reality, but it isn't often. Over the years, there have been many different kinds of cheating. It seems to be more subtle today than ever before. I certainly love Christ's statement when he talks about how clever are the evil people. They're more clever than the good people. Well, the words aren't that exactly. The words are, for the children of this world are more prudent in dealing with their own generation than the children of light. We are called children of light. And we are called to justice and honesty and work and truthfulness. And we are not called to rip people off. Now, there's even a radio program on. I'm here to talk to you about your money and the world, and that you might not be ripped off. Jesus says this because we're all called to be children of light. And I find that if you're honest, if you're a child of light, and you're truthful, and you're not trying to scam someone, rip them off, you're going to be better, happier, and a child of God. Have a good day.